Welcome to another episode of the Humble Hustle Podcast. We are your hosts, Nick and Kayla.
Hello, hello. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to leverage your portfolio, not your portfolio, we already did that, leverage your social media pages as a creative. Yeah. What should your presence be on these platforms? Like getting into the details of like how Nick and I kind of use our social media platforms for our businesses. I just thought it would be a decent topic to talk about because for me, I use it as a portfolio, a way to showcase work. I showcase my personality, and I also make a lot of great connections on social media. I would say like particularly Instagram, at least for me. I love scrolling my page, and like my Reels feed is basically all like super talented photographers and videographers, and just seeing what they do and getting inspiration from that. And I feel like we've really come to like having a presence on this app. I know Instagram has changed so much over the years, and being from a photographer only background, it was like really hard to find your way on that platform when they switched over to like a mostly video or like video favorable algorithm. So I just love seeing how creative people get, and wanted to talk a little bit about like the different ways that we use social media for our own purposes. So we have different experiences too. We do. So this is good.
We also use it slightly in different ways because I have two Instagram accounts that I use. I have my personal account, just like Nick Jones, but then I have the Ascend Studios business account. I use both of them for business purposes. Like my personal account, quotes, is like, it's still for business. I don't put my personal life on my personal account, really. Maybe the occasional Instagram story. You'll see a glimpse into my personal life, but I tend to not.
Yeah, you're very mysterious.
I like to keep it that way.
I respect that.
But I don't know. I also don't scroll just for fun as much as the normal person would. So like when I'm scrolling through Instagram, I probably do it just recreationally, maybe just 3 or 4 times in a day, which is significantly less than like the average person. Mm-hmm. So I do scroll for work purposes though. And my like view on it is I tend to use it for inspiration, finding leads, and just getting potential clients basically. Because I have 2 accounts for a reason, and they have their own purpose. The Ascend Studios, my company account, is kind of just for the portfolio. I was actually just debating this not too long ago, like a week ago maybe, of whether or not I should start putting behind the scenes content and like other types of content on my Ascend Studios page, because currently all I show on it is like my finished products, like the final videos, and all the BTS is on my other account. And I actually came to the conclusion that I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing to separate the two. Sorry, I was like literally about to burp again. I don't know what's going on today. Anyway, you can keep that in if you want. But basically the Nick Jones account is for all my behind the scenes and like random other Instagram reels that I post. I hardly ever post photos, if ever. Although I do want to start posting the occasional still image. I know, shocking. Whoever posts still images anymore. But I actually just saw something that you probably should start putting more photos up. So once in a while.
Carousels are good.
I don't like carousels.
Really? Why?
I think selfishly, the way I look at it is like, I would rather milk every piece of content I can and to have, instead of having like 5 photos in a carousel for one post, that could be 5 posts of 1 photo each. So that's how I think about it.
I don't know. Well, because you do like the 3 of the same brand, right?
That's how I display things on my company account.
Yeah, which I like that. It looks really clean. I love the way it looks. But you could do like a reel, a carousel, and then a reel.
Maybe.
Because you're not posting like a ton of times.
On my company account, no, I hardly ever post on that one. But on my personal account, I now post once a week. Every Friday, if you're following me on Instagram, I schedule a post every Friday now.
Hell yeah.
So-
I love this for you.
I've committed to that now on the record.
Yep. On the record. You all heard it.
But yeah, I think for like the next 5 Fridays or something, I have something scheduled.
Very nice.
So at least for now, we're good. But yeah, I use it to, like you were saying, kind of like the personal account is for putting content out consistently. So then when clients do look at my stuff, they're like, okay, he's actually active. Because you're right, we are making content for them a lot of the times for social media. So if we can't even manage our own accounts, that gives us, the client, like zero confidence to manage theirs.
Right.
So to give them that confidence, we have to show them like we know how to manage our own brand, our own marketing. So then you can trust us. So that's why I'm trying to be consistent about it. And as annoying as that sounds, like that was always the thing, like, oh, consistency is key, like that stupid BS that everyone says,
It's
which
true.
I've preached myself dozens of times. I don't even know how accurate that is anymore. I really don't. Like,
It definitely matters. It matters 100%. It matters in terms of, like, I personally think the way people view it, if you're consistent, is important. And not only that, but the algorithm, if you're not posting consistently, does not push your content.
perhaps I really can't speak too much on it because I don't know anything about the algorithm, like how it actually works and stuff like that, like what it favors, what it doesn't. I'm uneducated is what I'm trying to say. So
It's very complicated.
maybe consistency still is key. Maybe quality is still key. Like, or maybe you can get away with posting whatever you want. Who knows anymore? But what I try and do personally is I value behind the scenes content because I like to just give not even the clients, but like also just like anyone who's interested, just a glimpse into how I do things. Because personally, I find it interesting.
People
and
love that
maybe other people do too.
People love it.
So I've put a huge value now on behind the scenes. I'm like constantly filming BTS stuff now. So that's what will primarily live on my personal account. And it's proven to help because I use Instagram for outreach as well. And when I'm talking to people, I have had people call out specific things on my accounts. So whatever I'm doing seems to be working for me at
That's
least.
awesome. Yeah. I definitely think being consistent-ish and whatever, like your definition of consistent might be different than mine. Like everyone's going to be different. And as long as you're posting, I think 1 to 2 times a week,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that.
I think
feel like
you're fine.
Well, yes, everyone's definition is different. There comes a point where like if you're posting once every 2 months, that's not gonna be effective.
No, that's not consistent. I think you need to be like at least 1 to 2 posts a week. And I notice like whatever the algorithm is, what it is, I personally notice a huge difference in my engagement, in followers, likes, comments, when I am posting more frequently and more consistently than when I don't have a plan, when I'm like sporadically posting. When I'm consistently posting, I notice a huge uptick in my engagement across the board.
I feel like I'm bad at analyzing my own data. Like I had some videos that get like thousands of views and then I post one the next day and I get like 200.
Yeah.
But then the one after that gets back in the thousands. I'm like, how was that one any different? Like, I don't know what I'm doing differently. Like to me, they're all pretty much the same thing. It's just behind the scenes content. Like
Right.
in the grand scheme of things, nothing really changes content wise, but I don't know how. I guess it needs to get better at like understanding the analytics of like each post.
They do give you a lot of good information on each post, which is good.
I know the majority of people that see my stuff are non-followers. So
That's
if you see
really
my stuff, follow me.
interesting. That's really interesting. Huh. I wonder why that is. Very interesting. That's a good thing, I feel like. Getting in front of more, like a wider audience.
Yeah.
That's great. The platform that I've been the most consistent on recently, ironically, is TikTok.
I knew you were about to say that. I'm not on TikTok at all.
So I have such a love-hate relationship with that freaking app because I am fully addicted. Like, I am the definition of a doom scroller on that app. I built this algorithm brick by brick. Every video I see, it's like a mixture. It could be a mixture of a lot of things, but it's so addicting. And I was like, since I'm on this freaking app so much, let me just start posting and see what we got. So like my posts are now a mixture of like fitness stuff. So I'll post some workouts. I'll do like sometimes behind the scenes of shoots, sometimes final products. I have a bunch of like wedding clips that I've been posting that don't necessarily make like the Instagram or Facebook cut. So it's just like a mixture of kind of like my life, and it's a lot more informal, admittedly, because I do feel like TikTok it welcomes that kind of content. But I've been really enjoying it, and I've been posting on that once a day. So that's extremely consistent.
Once a day, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? So I'm like, let me just see, because I've been also trying to do more behind the scenes stuff. And I was just like, you know what? It doesn't have to be all work. I'll just like sprinkle in a bunch of different stuff with, life and all that. So yeah, I haven't like posted to my Instagram yet to have like people follow me on TikTok, because I wanted to build up like a little bit of a consistent schedule and rhythm. But I will definitely soon, kind of post on Instagram and be like, follow me on TikTok, because I am posting a lot of stuff on there that I'm not posting on Instagram. So it's just, trying to diversify the platforms and make them all kind of unique to what they are tailored towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been liking it. It's just for fun.
I don't think, no matter what, like even if it would be like a major business move, I don't think I could ever do it. Like I just can't use that app.
Have you ever been on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
okay. So you've tried it.
There have been times where the app has been on my phone.
Okay.
For like a couple days at a time.
But it just wasn't your cup of tea.
No, like I don't think even when I had it on my phone, I never once like scrolled just for fun. The only reason I ever got it was because people were sending me stuff, and to see it easier, I just quickly downloaded it so I could they were like texting me TikTok links.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, let me like open this in the real app just to view it a little easier. Mm-hmm. But I never like actually scrolled.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm like, it's such a hypocritical thing because it's literally the same thing as Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. But for some reason, I hate TikTok.
Well, I feel like Instagram Reels is just copying TikTok. Isn't that what it was?
I mean, that's what everyone says, but like being like, that's the only one I would ever go on. And like YouTube Shorts, I still do. My understanding is that usually how like the trends go, something happens on TikTok, it goes and does its little trend over there for whatever amount of time. Then as that starts to tail off, it makes its way to Instagram Reels, does the same thing on Instagram Reels. And as that tails off there, it trickles down to YouTube Shorts. As far as I know, that's kind of like the order of how things tend to go.
I didn't even know about the YouTube Shorts, but I do
That's
think
what
you're
I've
right
heard.
about
That's what I've
TikTok
heard.
to Instagram 100%. It's always like I'll get something sent to me by a friend, or like my boyfriend will send me stuff. I'm like, I already saw this. Next. Like TikTok is on it.
I use Instagram for, like, I'm weird when it, like, for my personal social media use. I use Instagram Reels for like business. And
Yeah.
I just like, I'm finding inspiration. I'm finding new creative people to like follow, to look up to.
Yes.
Examples, like in the product world specifically, I found so many phenomenal product photographers and videographers just by scrolling through Instagram Reels. So I like quickly just follow them so I can just keep tabs on them. But then that's pretty much the gist of Instagram Reels for me. YouTube Shorts is strictly personal because I'm on my phone on YouTube a lot, just like watching my normal YouTube people. And on my phone, it's literally just one tab over, just like Instagram Reels. But for some reason, it's easier for me to do it on YouTube, just to go from home to the YouTube Shorts button. This is why I'm so weird. I don't know why my brain works like this.
I have never once scrolled a YouTube short.
But then as soon as I switch over to YouTube Shorts, I can't stop.
That's so interesting. I've never even touched a YouTube short thing. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like weird like that.
I don't need another app to get addicted to, so I'm gonna stay.
The
off
only
of
one
that.
I would actually actively scroll on for personal use is YouTube Shorts.
That's wild. That is a wild take.
I know. No,
oh my God.
I feel like no one does that.
That's insane. What kind of stuff are you getting on there?
I get like the most random things, but
That's
like
crazy.
what are they called? The makeshift guy? I don't know. There's two dudes who do this podcast. I see them all the time. They just do like the most random shit.
That's so funny.
God, now I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
so funny.
But it's like normal, just like YouTube
Shorts.
comedic stuff, I guess, is what I tend to see. A lot of Family Guy clips for some reason. I mean, Family Guy's a good show, but like I don't know why it just popped up and now it's like forever.
That is
Family Guy
hilarious.
stuff.
Damn, maybe I'll check it out. I am trying to detox myself from so much TikTok because it gets to the point where I'm so addicted. If I like am exporting a video that I'm editing, I'll pop open TikTok for like just a quick
That's when
second.
you know. Like you can't even wait a few minutes.
No, I can't like sit alone with my own thoughts. So I'm leaving for vacation the day after we record this podcast, and I'm not opening the app one single time. I'm taking a break and I'm going to see if I can like cleanse myself and just not be on it at all. Cause it's bad.
I feel like it's also hard with like other people because let's be real, the majority of people say we're sitting here and like, I mean, I'm not going to call you out here directly here, but an hour ago we were sitting here and you were like on your phone, like texting or whatever you were doing. Because I was sitting here and you were on your phone, I instinctively went on my phone.
100%.
While you were on your phone also.
Yeah.
So like, there's one friend, I won't say his name, but like when I hang out with him, I really appreciate it because he's so good about not being on his phone. I don't really know his reasons, but he just doesn't really care much about Instagram. He goes on occasionally, but every time I hang out with him, we literally just hang out. And like, I don't go on my phone at all when I'm with him.
Yeah.
We just talk like real people.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, this feels great.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I leave, sure, then I can go back on my phone. But for those few hours where it's not, it's like, this is how life is supposed to be.
Yes. No, and I will say when I am around people in my life that I care about, not that instance was different. That instance was different. I had just gotten out of the car and I needed to send a text message. I do not text and drive. Do not text and drive.
Clearly, I'm not one of those people.
Not true. That's not, I didn't mean to say it. Screw you, Nick. No, when I'm in a situation where I'm like hanging out with people, I will put my phone down. Like I will. That was a different thing because I got out of the car.
I wasn't blaming you for that. I get it.
No, but it's true. Like these apps definitely have us so addicted. And I have a friend who is the exact opposite of your friend who you just talked about, she's always on her fucking phone.
I can't stand those people, honestly.
It's insane.
Because like if I'm hanging out with you, I'm here to hang out with you, not your face in a phone.
Right.
Like, talk to me.
Yeah, no, it's awful. And she also can't multitask for her life. So we'll be in a conversation, she'll be scrolling, and I'll ask her a question, and she'll be like, what did you say? Like, she just can't.
Oh, God.
Like, if you're going to ignore me and scroll your phone, at least like turn that other side of your brain on so you can listen. Yeah, these apps are rotting our brains for sure. But it's important as a creative.
All this negative talking, we're like, you should be on it though.
Oh my God, that's so funny. How did we get here?
I don't know.
TikTok.
I mean, you should. Like, if you're a creator and you either run your own business or you're just part of the creative industry, whatever, you should be on it because it's, whether you like it or not, I know this for a fact, like it's part of your job. I don't like it, but I have to do it. If I didn't do what I'm currently doing on Instagram, my business would suffer. And I don't want that to happen. So my hatred towards social media is not strong enough to stop me from doing it because I know if I don't, the business will suffer. You're
100% right. And I think we've both had instances where we've gotten inquiries directly through our Instagram pages.
I use it for direct leads.
Yeah.
Like I will get people and we will talk.
Yeah. And if you're reaching out to businesses, I will always, if I see a business I want to reach out to, I will always check their social media pages to see
It's my main
what
source
they've
of
got.
outreach right now.
Yeah.
Instagram.
And it's awesome because you can send photos, you can send links, videos, voice messages, like whatever you want. It's a great source of communication. And I've gotten a lot of inquiries through my Instagram page. And it's a big way that I showcase not only my work, like obviously I use social media as a portfolio to showcase the final products, but I also bring a personal element to my business page.
You do.
So I also have a personal page, but I haven't really used that since college. That was like my
I feel like nowadays
personal.
your one main account is just a blend
It is.
of both.
It's a blend because I love to post. Like I'm a huge, workout person, love fitness. And so I've been posting a lot about what I'm doing at the gym. And for me, my posts that are more personal get way more engagement than my posts that are tailored towards like client work, which
feel like
is
that makes
so
sense.
funny. Like, I mean, I'm talking like double the amount of engagement. It's wild.
I feel like it makes sense to me because the amount of people that would care about like the business stuff, which is like photo, video, creativity stuff, is much smaller than just the everyday person who would be interested in personal lifestyle related stuff.
True. I also think there is an element of like there are definitely pros to posting personal stuff on your business page. Not that you have to get like too crazy into it, but like showcasing a little bit of your personality I've found has been really helpful. And even getting on stories and like talking when there's something relevant, like I'll get on and
You
be like,
do that a lot.
I do that a lot. The other
Maybe
day
not
I
a
was
lot, but
like,
you
why
definitely
are
do that.
fitness, what did I say the other day on my story? I was like, why are fitness creators starting their get ready with me in their undies? Why? Did you see that?
I did not see that
It is
one.
the craziest, darndest thing. And it had nothing to do with anything in my business life, but I was just like, why? And I got like 9 DMs being like, it's crazy. I agree.
They're doing
this,
it for
that.
the views.
It's so nuts. It blows my mind. So no, I'm not doing any get ready with me in my undies. That's for a different platform. Kidding. Just kidding. No, I'm not like getting that crazy into it. I'm not an influencer, but like showcasing a little bit of your personality, getting people a little bit of a different look into your life and what you do outside of your job, which isn't a whole lot. It's basically just the gym. It's really all I do. But yeah, I find that it's just fun to post about it. So that's why I do it.
Yeah, no, you definitely have a more personal tone to your branding. Mm-hmm. I clearly do not.
Which is okay. There's like, you just have to find your formula and what works for you and stick with it.
Yeah, no, I don't like serious. I don't think is the right word, but like, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but like, I really care about my branding and like my brand image, and whatever word you want to use to describe it, however it is right now, I'm currently satisfied with it. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But, and like I said, sharing like my personal life stuff is just, I would rather not.
Yeah.
So there's that. But also, I did once in my life want to be an influencer. And so that just reminded me of that. And actually, that conversation recently came up with someone like a month ago to be like, maybe we could try and be influencers again. And I'm like, maybe.
Well, you're on that YouTube grind now, so.
So I do want to talk about YouTube in a minute, but what I was getting at with like the influencer type stuff, which I low-key think you could be. If you wanted to be, I think you could be. If you went all in personal influencer style content, I think you could easily do it.
I don't know. They talk a lot.
They do.
Talk a lot. Do I talk a lot? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
I'm just kidding.
I just think you could, I think you have like that personality and like the personal branding already. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it would probably be a fairly natural transition.
Maybe.
So if it's something you're open to, I would recommend you doing it because I think it could become like a side thing and you could just make money off of it.
Perhaps. I don't know how people do that though. Man, it's crazy.
Because the way the thing that came up was I recently did a shoot in a cabin, and I talked to the Airbnb owner, and this is like a big thing. I know someone who does this full time. She travels the country, staying in super nice Airbnbs for free of the stay, and then they pay her on top of that to make content there.
It's really such a dream.
So like she's now like an Airbnb type of influencer.
I love that for her.
And when I shot at this cabin, my friend and I we had to shoot content for the cabin itself. So as we were shooting it, we're like, what if we just tried to do this more and like went all out on this and use this as portfolio and outreach for this? And we haven't yet, but it's still in the thought and is there.
Yeah.
To be like, we could do this. We probably could.
Absolutely. Like using your talents to help other people and also for selfish reasons, like travel and see the world.
Right.
It's a great idea.
So there's always that. But
yeah.
Going to YouTube, I still kind of see YouTube as like social media. It's not exactly, but it's close enough.
I think so.
It's like its own thing, but it's very closely related to social media. So like, while I'm not posting a ton on the traditional social media stuff, I have verbally committed, and I guess again here on record, committing to YouTube again for...
Wow, lots of commitments, guys. This is exciting.
I know. Like next week, I'll just take everything back. Remember I said all that stuff last week? I totally
just
take
kidding.
it back. It was all a lie. But for now, I used to want to be a YouTuber. Like before all of this, that was the dream job, to be a full-time YouTuber. And I used to vlog. I have probably like a couple hundred vlogs now privated on YouTube.
Oh, can you? I want to see.
Maybe.
He's like,
No, I actually recently watched some of the old ones. They are so horrendously awful.
Oh no.
That it like physically made me ill.
How long are we talking here? How long
I
ago?
started in 2017.
Oh God, damn.
Like pretty much when Peter McKinnon started YouTube, I started YouTube.
Oh wow.
Like I subscribed to him when he was around 50,000 subscribers. I was a true OG in all of that. I subscribed to Matty Hapoya when his YouTube channel was called Travel Feels.
Oh my
Then
God.
he changed his name to Matty Hapoya.
Wow.
So I was really like back then, like pretty much prime Casey Neistat time was when I started. And then I stopped for like years. But now I'm starting it up again, not on my personal account anymore, but now I'm switching to the business account. Because I have like a vision for my business, and I pretty much know where I want to go now, which is good because like just a few months ago, I was clueless. I was like very lost.
Isn't it crazy how
it
happens
so
quickly
fast.
can happen? Yeah.
Yes, I was literally so lost. And
Yeah.
I was like, I have no idea what direction I want to go, where I want to take things. Fast forward to now, it's like, okay, the vision is clear. I know where to go. So I'm now going to be focusing a lot on the Ascend Studios YouTube channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to me there.
Shameless plug.
See, it's like that right there. I used to do that all the time for YouTube, like little random shameless plug things, like commenting to the camera.
Yeah.
It's like coming back.
Yeah.
It's like
Like
the
riding
muscle
a bike.
memory is there and it's starting to come back.
It is like the YouTube stuff's a little cheesy almost like
It
that.
is.
And I like it. I love it.
You kind of have to be over exaggerated.
Yes.
Because unlike what we do here, for the most part, this is just us in real life talking.
Yeah.
Like we might exaggerate our tones slightly for the microphone still, but it's pretty close to what we would be doing if the cameras weren't rolling.
Right.
Like if we just sat down and had a cup of coffee. But on YouTube, you need to. You need to just amp it up a little because people will not watch.
Exactly. You need to have the energy, enthusiasm, got to keep people hooked. I mean, like even the way that you edit YouTube videos, I feel like is different than other social media
100%.
platforms. Like the cuts and everything is so different. Like if you're doing it right, because no one wants to just watch a 20-minute long clip of you just talking with nothing else like happening visually or, auditorially. Am I having a stroke?
I don't know. That sounds right to me, but I don't know.
Visuals or audio. It's important. Yeah.
Yeah, no, speaking of, it's still unlisted, so it's not public yet, but I'll show you the video. I'll send you the private link for the recent BTS. I think that video is going to like kickstart
I love that.
the YouTube channel.
That's awesome.
So I haven't posted it yet, but whenever that one goes live is when I start the consistency.
I love it. I think I just think you're going to crush it. Like I'm excited to see all the videos that you come up with, and I love that you're committed to the journey and that I'm committed to the TikTok journey. And we'll meet up in like 6 months and we'll see, maybe we'll do like a redo
of our episodes. Fast I quit.
You're not going to quit. No, it's going to be great.
I told myself that there's no point in doing this if I don't go all in.
Yeah.
Like YouTube specifically. I've made YouTube content for people, like for clients. And I almost don't want to admit this, but I'm going to. Like, I, signed on to work with them knowing it was not going to work. And like, that's just how it is. Because I knew the amount that they were willing to do and like willing to pay for was not enough to actually make an effect on YouTube.
Yep. It's a huge time commitment. It's different.
I'm not going to say I'm a YouTube expert anymore. I used to know a bit more. I'm kind of out of it. Like, been on the game a little while now.
You'll pick it right back up, though.
But from what I still understand, you need to post. Like, consistency, I think, matters the most on YouTube out of all of these platforms. Because YouTube is the long game.
True.
You can go viral on all the other platforms. It's very difficult to go viral on YouTube.
I think you're 100% right. Yeah.
So, and like, again, we've had that conversation before. Virality is never the goal.
Right.
So like, I don't even care about going viral, but having good quality content consistently, that's hard. But I told myself once a week at minimum is what I need to do. Like, if you're only posting once or twice per month, I'm sorry, but that is not going to do you anything.
Right. Yeah. And for me, I use YouTube, but I just use it as basically like a host site for my videos, like links to kind of
I do that
transfer over. I don't post anything like.
Are they public
outside? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So just, if anyone stumbles upon the page, it's all my stuff right there. But yeah, I think if you are trying to, build up subscribers and, get more views, it's definitely consistency is the name of the game. It's a tale as old as time. It's what everybody says. It's annoying, but it's true.
I hate being cliche, but I'm only doing YouTube for business purposes.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. Even though I love doing it, I quit for a reason because it was originally for like personal stuff and it just wasn't worth my time.
Right.
But now if there is a business goal I can tie it to and like there's a real purpose and some sort of tangible result that I could potentially get, I'm now willing to do it.
Yep.
If anything, it's for clout. It's just like another thing to add to my business. Say like, oh, we also have this YouTube channel that may or may not be successful. But
even if you don't have like 1 million subscribers, the fact that you're consistently posting, it's going to be high quality every single time. Chances are if a potential client comes to you and they ask you for a quote or packages or whatever, and say they reach out to a couple other videographers, the odds of those people also having a very strong presence on YouTube and having very high quality content is very slim. So it's another way for you to stand out from people. Like, truly.
Yeah, no. I mean, as common and popular as YouTube is, it's still not super common for our type of people to at least be consistent at it and at least post publicly. Pretty much everyone would use it for how we currently use it, just the portfolio. It's where our videos live to send people links. Mine is all unlisted right now for like sending people stuff. And I'm sure everyone does that, but not everyone does like public videos that, their face talking to camera type stuff. Not everyone does that.
No, very few. I think it's a great idea. I'm excited for you.
I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie.
If anything, it's just more content for you to promote.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about how much work it's going to be. That was always my biggest
It is a lot.
like thing holding me back from getting back into it.
It is a lot.
Because even the one video I just edited, I enjoyed every second of editing it because it was just fun, but it took me a long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, it took me way longer than I wanted it to. And it's like, this is a lot of time I'm now like giving to YouTube editing where I could be doing some other income producing activity.
Right. Right. Yep, you're right. You have to play the long game and just kind of see.
That like part of my long game is finding an editor.
There you go.
And then I can
That's a great
just
goal.
offload that. So like it's in the cards hopefully for this year to find someone. Because if I find an editor, and I know we're getting off topic here, but like if I find an editor, that would like save me so much time.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much if I could just give them almost every project I work on, just here, whether it's the YouTube stuff, client work, whatever, Instagram Reels, if they can take care of all that, that opens so much more time for me to film YouTube videos and also extra time for the other income producing activities.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like my vision is clear. I know kind of what I want for 2025 at least. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I love it. I know it's crazy how we're almost in Q2 already.
It's so funny. I was talking about this with my dad. I was like, how is it already March? And then he was like, yeah, I know. And then I was like, I feel like an old person now complaining about this though. Like
I know. Well, January I feel like dragged ass, and then February was like flew. Just went by so fast. It's crazy.
I mean, it is the shortest month but
oh, it's very true. I guess so.
It's 2
but
days.
But still, it felt like very short.
Yeah, no, I don't know how it's already March, but
crazy. All right. That was fun.
I don't know if we were going to go back and talk about it, like tie it back in somehow, or if
no, I feel
that's it.
I feel like we covered it.
Okay.
I think that was great. I didn't expect to talk about YouTube. That was fun.
I figured I still see it as like social media.
It totally is.
Adjacent.
It definitely is. We didn't talk about LinkedIn, but fuck that app. I'm still not there.
I think that's also social media adjacent, but in a different way than YouTube.
Fucking hate
I think LinkedIn and YouTube are definitely like kind of in their own lanes, but they are riding right next to social media.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Nothing to say about her.
I mean, I'm back on that too.
Yeah.
Connect with me on LinkedIn.
I was there for a few weeks.
I'm posting twice a week on LinkedIn now.
That's a lot.
Every Tuesday, Thursday.
I'm trying to open the app once a week to at least check my messages. I mean, I post for another client of mine, but like for my own use, never.
I open the app every day.
Oh, man. Maybe I think I need to make an effort to connect with more people on that app, because then maybe I would enjoy like scrolling more and seeing the things that appear. Because a lot of like the stuff that I see right now isn't necessarily relevant to me at all. So I think that's my issue.
Yeah, I mean, being such a business platform, like you're not going to get the same random funny stuff you'd see on TikTok or Instagram. Right. It's going to be only like business only. Mm-hmm. So if you're not connecting with people who like are in your business or who are in a business you have any interest in, then yeah, the content you see is going to suck. Right. But if you take the time to connect with people who are posting cool stuff that you're actually interested in, then it can be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Like I've seen some stuff where I'm like, whoa, this is awesome.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a fun place.
Okay. That's all.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you don't know, we are on TikTok. I post our reels on TikTok. So hit us a follow there. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Give us 5 stars on Spotify. And follow us on our personal pages. Where can they find you on Instagram?
You can find me at, gosh, I don't even know my personal handle. Is
I
that
do.
bad?
Nick.jones02.
Oh my God.
There you go.
You know it. I genuinely didn't know it for a second there. I was like, what is my handle?
Because I post all the reels.
You can follow me at Ascend Studios with 2 eyes. Same thing on YouTube, LinkedIn. And yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, you can find me at K Ebner Creative on all platforms. So thank you so much, and we'll see you at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.